Heyo, and welcome back to another video, and in this one, what I wanted to talk about today was Persona 4 Revival. Now, this is going to be interesting. Will something actually happen Sunday? It seems more than likely, and I'm going to kind of talk about why. Now, it's been a bit since I've last uploaded, 3 months I believe, and I did want to apologize. I don't have the milk to kind of reconcile for that, but you know, I'm back, and I hope that you guys can forgive me for not bringing back the milk. But regardless of saying, Persona 4 Revival, I'm excited for. I'm really excited for it because I was really excited for Persona 3 Reload. There are some things that I really loved about it and some things I really kind of disliked about it. However, with the initial trailer that Persona 4 Revival had, it had a lot of people kind of, I don't know, Chief, because they showed an in production trailer. Now, it's good to show these things as, you know, it just shows that it exists. However, there is a big caveat to that, and you're showing alpha footage to a wider audience that's gonna be like, this is looking a bit rough. And people having a lot of discourse between what Persona 3 version is the best one, whether a remake ruined everything or remake was amazing. I personally liked Persona 3 Reload, but there was things I obviously didn't like. This kind of gave people kind of a scare, while other people were pretty optimistic that they were going to polish everything out between then and this next trailer. Now, it's almost been a year to the date that Persona 4 Revival was revealed, which is very crazy, honestly. It's already been a year, like, it's unbelievable at this point. The reason I kind of bring this to you that we're more than likely going to get something Sunday is it's the Xbox Game Show, and with that, generally Sega does show up there with a lot of its bigger IPs compared to Summer's Game Fest or even the State of Play that was kind of a snooze fest. Regardless to say, there's been a lot of happenings behind the scenes over the last couple of months. The Steam database has been getting updated like crazy, and Meowcat, I hope I'm saying their name right, I always overthink people's names, so I do apologize, has been keeping up to date with that, and they've been really showcasing that, yeah, this has been happening in the Steam database side. Not just that though, a lot of rating systems ended up rating Persona 4 Revival, so it just seems like we're more than likely going to get a trailer, whether it's at the Xbox Game Fest or at Summer Games Fest. But you know what, I'll make a bet. If nothing happens at the Summer's Game Fest or the Xbox Game Show, I will cover. I know you guys don't want a cover, but I will straight up cover It's Going Down Now from Persona 3 Reload. I probably didn't even need to introduce the game because that song seems to be more popular than the game itself. Regardless to say, that's how confident I am something's definitely gonna happen. I'm pretty excited actually to see what they've done with the game and how they've been able to remake Persona 4 Revival from Persona 4 Golden. And please, I hope to God, and I know I've iterated this point several times, it just better have that golden content, if you know what I mean. I don't want to spoil anybody, but it just can't be another Persona 3 situation where it's awkwardly placed as DLC, because people are going to be kind of rightfully mad. Especially with Persona 4 Golden being the definitive way to play Persona 4, I would be extremely surprised if they didn't have that content in there. But at the end of the day, I'm just very confident something's gonna happen. We're finally going to get a new trailer that replaces that reveal trailer, which I'm really excited to see how polished this game looks at this point. I just have a feeling this is going to be a great remake, and I just really can't wait to see what they cooked. But with that said, I do have one more piece of information. Now, it seems as though there may have been some Persona 6 leaks. I don't want to get too far into it because if I show anything that could lead me to a copyright strike, but I'm sure people may have already covered it where they haven't gotten copyright striked. However, I'm just gonna sit here with the age of generative AI and all this other stuff. You can't really believe shit, and although it does look real, I don't want to necessarily make a separate video talking about it because of the potential that it could be real, and me talking about all this, showcasing it, could potentially get my channel in trouble for showing leaked content. So I'm not gonna do that. But it just seems interesting what's going on with that. I'm surprised they haven't revealed something yet with this 30th anniversary, which they probably should have at some point. But I guess they're probably waiting till the end of the year to really get people hyped, because I assume Persona 6 will probably come out either late next year or the year after, or early next, or the year after, or early the year after. Sorry, it was kind of a tongue twister. But with that said, I just really wanted to come back, talk about some Persona 4 Revival. In the next video, you can probably expect me to talk about Final Fantasy 14, because that overtook my life again. So, yeah. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.